Hi everybody, Christine here with another journal flip through for you. This journal has two signatures. It's a hardcover, but it's covered in fabric, and it's an eclectic journal. I didn't put any other decoration on the cover because I really love the fabric. It's a little chunky, but there's plenty of room to put more things if you choose. It has two signatures. I sewed the signatures in with the green embroidery thread to match the leaves and the closure, which is attached, and it is crinkle seam binding. And it goes all the way through the journal, so it's never coming out. So let's get into this. Here's the first signature. We've got some scrapbook paper, and this side is a ledger, printed ledger, and it's got a little bit of stamping. This is a folio that is attached to this page, this coffee dyed page, and the closure of it is also attached, so you don't have to worry about losing it. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets, and in the pockets we've got a journaling card that I made out of a lunch bag, a brown paper lunch bag, and it's printed on both sides. But you can, maybe not this side with the numbers, but you can definitely journal on the other side. And in this pocket, we've got a journaling card that I made. This is vellum that I stamped on. And then this is the back. You can journal on that. These pockets are made out of brown craft envelopes, and they're quite sturdy. So in and out, they're going to hold up. No problem. And in this pocket, we've got another journaling card that's stitched onto a brown paper lunch bag. And in this pocket, we have a journaling card that says, "I'm sorry, did I just roll my eyes out loud?" And I think the eyeballs speak for themselves on this one. I thought that was hilarious. So let's get this back in here. If you've ever watched my videos, you know that my hands immediately stop working as soon as I push the record button. So there's the end of that folio. So here's my non-working hands in action. I'm gonna try to tie this to the bow. I mean, I made it, okay? I tied it the first time, and the second time, and the third time. Okay, here we go. That'll work. Moving on. Okay, that's the back of that page that the folio is attached to with a little stamping. Here's some brown graph paper with a tag clipped on with a rusty paper clip, and you can, this is made out of book pages, obviously, but it's gessoed on the back, so you can journal on the back, and it's got a couple little pieces of ephemera on the inside. You can write little notes on those. Clip this guy back on here. And then this is some avocado dyed paper with a little bit of stamping on the edge. This is a book page that I printed on. And the book is about butterflies, and it was really a neat book, but the cover was messed up, and I knew that the pages were going to get damaged, and so I went ahead and I've been using the pages in my journals. And this book, one page of it, the name of the book is Bedingfield's Butterflies. On one page, it's got like pencil sketching of the butterfly. And then the next page, when you turn it over, and I've got that page in here also later in the second signature, it has the color print of the end result. This is just the beginning ideas with the sketching. And I put this page through my printer and printed this floral design on one side of it. So that's what that is. And here's some writing paper with some stamping. And here's a huge pocket. The entire page is a pocket stitched. This paper is from a 1920s magazine that I have, but the paper was so fragile that I couldn't just put it in by itself. So what I did is I stitched it and made the pocket, and then I glued it to this paper so I could still use the paper. And all the writing and everything was from the 1920s. And I made this little ID card, just messing around really, because on the back of it, it looks like a passport worked with all these different places. But then the front is an identification. So, and it's got a rusted paper clip. It was just something that I thought was pretty cool. And in the pocket is a huge tag because, like I say, it's the whole length of the page. And this tag was made by a friend of mine. Her name is Kristen, and she's on the internet. She has a YouTube channel and a Facebook group. And I'm sure if you just search up Krirama, Kirama, you'll find her and what she's all about. But she sent me a few of these tags, and this one I thought was cool. And it was the perfect size for this page, so I'm sharing it with whoever gets this journal. And the quote on it is, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. And that's by Maya Angelou. So put that in there. And I just, it's special to me, but I think it's really cool. And I just wanted to share it. And it's got the birds on it that ties in with the birds in the rest of the book. So we put that back in there. And on the back, held in with that same paper clip, is a specimen card. This is a stamp, postage stamp from India that I got on some mail. I mean, it's a real postage stamp. I thought that was cool. This is just, I stamped that with a stamp, but that's a real postage stamp. And there's the back side. And that's real dried flowers. Anyway, pretty cool. This is adult coloring book pages. That's not colored, so you can color that. This one is colored, but not by me. It's really, you know what I like? If you feel it, you can feel the indentations from the pencils. That's pretty cool. It's almost like it's embossed. And then here's the other half of that page. And clipped onto that is, I like that teardrop paper clip, a little envelope, that little bag that I made with a decorative napkin that I ironed onto some freezer paper. And inside here is just some little doodads, some tickets, and some buttons. You can use them to, I mean, I don't know, maybe you're missing a button and you'll find your match in here. You can always use, what I put them in here for was to decorate the journal with. But you can use them for whatever you need them for. I mean, no judgment here. And you can also take that stuff out and put your own things in here, obviously. So just clip that back on there. You don't have to leave it on that page. You can put it somewhere else. This is some more of that green ledger paper with some postage stamps on, a mushroom and bees and different things. Here's some more writing paper. It's another half of the sketch part of the butterfly book. And I printed that huge floral image on it. Some more avocado dyed paper. And here's some brown graph paper with a double owl tag that I made. I just thought that owl was really cute. And that's a napkin that I decoupaged onto this tag. And there's two of them because, I can never do anything by halves, as they say. Also, was it an accident? Was it on purpose? I don't know. But now you have two tags there to journal with. And if you carefully remove the staples, you can have two separate tags. Either way, I just thought it was cute. And it went really well with this paper. And it's just held on by a little tiny little paper clip. It's got a little heart on it. So what I'm going to do is just clip the back one and leave this one unclipped. It's attached up here at the top. This is coffee dyed paper with a beautiful stamp on there. And ledger paper, which means that's the end of that signature with the robin's eggs. I really love that. Okay, here's the beginning of the second signature. And if you look right here, you can see that I put the fabric to cover up the inside spine of the book as well. So you don't have to see the inner workings. All you see is the pretty fabric and the pretty papers. So we've got some more scrapbook paper here. And on the inside, there's a little tuck. And in there is a postcard. Sorry about the glare. And it's unused, so you can actually use it if you want to. And let me turn that over for right now because of the glare. And this is a journal card that I made out of a masterboard. And then I ran it through my embosser. So it's got this texture on it. You can see the design, but it's also textured that way. But on the back, this is some very dark coffee dyed paper, but it is not textured. It does have a pattern on it from the rack that I laid it on to dry it in my dehydrator, but it's smooth, so you can definitely journal on this, and then it's stitched. That's how they're together. So I embossed the front, but not the back, and then I sewed them together. So there's that, and then, of course, that glaringly beautiful postcard. Here's some coffee dyed paper with some stamping around the edge. Here's another page of pockets. They're made with book pages. And there's a journaling card in that one. And another card here. This one, I don't know, you can't really journal on it. It just tells about that particular plant. And then here's a funky little heart that I made. Always believe that this is some craziness right here. But anyway, you could journal on that if you want. Stick that in there. And here's a little cluster down here. It doesn't really do anything. It's a definition of the word ceremony. But I just thought that looked cute. So sometimes you just have to do just because it looks cute. And then here's a bag that I didn't make, but I did do the stamping. And inside here is, what is this? Daffodils. It is a journaling card that I made out of packing paper. And I just put some gesso and a stamp on the back, and then I stitched around it. And I left the threads on. Some people like dangling threads, some people don't. So I leave them on usually, and if you don't like it, you can just clip them right off. It's no problem. It's not going to hurt a thing. And then here's another part of the butterfly book page that this is the bottom part of the finished one. And later on, we'll see the top part. And here's the bottom part of the story about the butterflies. So here's a tag that I made with a napkin. And I decoupaged that onto just a regular tag that was bought. It's a purchase tag because they had them. I can't remember where I found them. And you don't really care. But anyway, they was like 100, 200 of them for $1. So I bought them and figured I could do something with them. Well, since they're white, perfect for decoupage. So that's what I did with this one. And this pocket is a surprise pocket. You can journal on the inside of it if you want to. So you can journal. I mean, that's a lot of space if you think about it. And then you can close it, and it gets kind of poofed up. But once you close the journal and leave it closed for a little bit, not very long at all, it flattens back out. And if you think that it's going to, you don't want it poofing up, if it does poof up, just put a clip here and it'll be just fine, and this will still work. So we've got that. And then this clip, this is heat embossed, this flower. So even though it's kind of like, it's not just thin paper, it's, I don't know if you can see the glare on it, it makes it kind of shiny. Anyway, it's very sturdy. It's not. I mean, yes, you could rip it if you tried to, but just using it, if you bump it or whatever, it's not. It's kind of rubbery. Like it's coated with plastic. That's what heat embossing is. Embossing powder. You put the invisible ink on here, then you put this really fine powder, and it sticks to the ink, and then you use a heat gun, and when you apply the heat to it, it melts the plastic and it goes into the paper, so it's like plastic coated. Anyway, you probably didn't even want to know that, but I'm just telling you that to tell you that even though this is paper, it's pretty sturdy, and you would have to want to rip it on purpose for it to tear. It's going to be just fine. So here's another embossed journal card with some. That's definitely coffee and not tea dyed, but it's not embossed there, so you can write on that all day long. This, and there's one on the back too. Let me take that out to show you this this clip. It's a hidden paper clip. Inside at the top up here is a paper clip, but you can't see it. And it's really, really long. Usually they're made shorter, probably about like that. But I made this one long, and I did that so that it would go over this page, the avocado dyed page, and these just slide right under there. There you go. And you can still, they're not going anywhere. So this next page, let me take this off for a second. This next page is just a piece of notebook paper that I coffee dyed, but when I did, the ink bled, but I still thought that the paper was cool, so I went ahead and stuck it in here. So that's why it looks so funky. Now this that I took off of there is just held on with a bullnose clip or a bulldog clip. It depends on, it has several different names. This is a little doily that I glued on here. This is made out of book pages because I just thought it was cool, and I couldn't think of anything else to do with it. So you open it up, and there's a pocket inside here, and it's filled with just this and that and the other, just little doodads. There is a couple of smaller journaling cards in here, and then there's stuff that if you wanted to, you could use to decorate the rest of the pages in the journals. Maybe like on this page, you wanted to stick that on there, or maybe this, or who knows? There's little things from map circles, plant cards. Here's a little teeny tiny tag that I made with a map. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. Another definition. You get the idea. It's just stuff to mess around with. And if you don't want to leave that stuff in there, or you end up using it all in a journal, then you still got your clear pocket here that you can put stuff in. So I'm just going to clip this glue. I'm going to glue this on here. No. Just going to clip it back with the clip. There we go. Now this page, it's a page. It looks like a pocket, but it's a page. It's got a Velcro closure on it, and it flips out. Let me turn this so you can see it. You can journal on the entire thing. And then when you're done journaling, you can close it up. There you go. You don't have to look at your writing, but if you ever want to, all you have to do is open it up. You could put glue down this side and glue down that side and make it a pocket, but I just thought that was cool to have that much journaling space. So there you go. And it's just glued onto the other half of that piece of notebook paper. There's some more avocado dyed paper with a little bit of stenciling around the edges. This tag is made out of book pages, and I coffee dyed them along with this. So when the ink, the blue lines bled into the water, now there's blue on the book pages. So that's where that blue came from, was this paper. Crazy. So this is book pages, and then this is a napkin that I decoupaged on there, and I did some stitching, obviously. And we've got the top of the tag. And I'll leave that up like this so it sticks out so you can see it when the journal is closed. It looks cool. And then this was a journaling card that I turned into a tuck spot, also made out of book pages. It's got some gesso on it and a little bit of blue acrylic paint with a little butterfly cluster down here that says "Stay Curious." And if you look closely, you can see that this red and white paper is some of the paper that was back here on the right there on the master board. So a little bit of continuity there for you. Turn this, and we're coming to the name of the butterfly is Peacock. And there's the butterfly. There's the other page. So there you go. It's really pretty. But like I say, the book was damaged, and this was the only way that I could think to keep the pages in circulation and allow them to still be enjoyed. So there you go. Now here's the other half of the bag, and inside is a journaling card and this little miniature file folder that I made with a little belly band, and it actually will slide all the way off. You can take it all the way off if you want. And this is embossed. And then you can put stuff in here, or you could journal, but it's pretty textured, so I don't know how that would work to write on it. But you could write on some little papers and put that in there, put some pictures in there. You could put whatever you wanted in here. And then the band just slides over the top, and it's big enough so that as you put, I mean, there is a limit, but it will hold a good bunch of stuff there. So that's in the bag. And you could also clip this if you like the looks of it. Clip it onto a page, just as decorative or whatever. I just thought it was cool. I made it, so I put it in there. And let's get the journaling card back in there. Okay, so we've got another avocado dyed page and a coffee dyed page. Oh, can you tell? Coffee dyed. And that's the last page. And here is our other tuck spot with the scrapbook paper. Gosh. And inside here we have an altered guest check. Thank you. And another journaling card. I liked it because it was tall and it just fits perfect in this little tuck. And that, my friends, is the end of the journal. And I left these blank. Normally I would put a pocket here, but I didn't. And I don't know. You could definitely journal. You could write something special on there. I don't know. I just thought that they looked better plain. You can always take some of the little doodads that I stuck in here and put them on there if you like. But since the closers are attached, I don't have to worry about looking for it. It's always right there. There you go. And so that's the journal. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. And if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm really trying to get more subscribers. I do tutorials. I'm going to start doing craft alongs, craft with me's, whatever you want to call it. And I have bunches of flip throughs because I've been away for a while and I've done a bunch of journals. So I'm trying to catch up with my videos. But thanks for watching and hope you have a great day. Bye.